Hey everyone, welcome back to the 30-day Pilates journey. Today is day 12 and we will be doing 12 different planks. Just kidding. We'll be doing less than 12, but focusing on planks as a big part of our practice today. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start on your back. So you can go ahead and lie down, center yourself in your space, and pull your knees into your chest. And then from here, I'm going to have you curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, looking your eyes forward towards your hip creases. And I want you to reach your arms long by your sides and kind of grab onto the backs of your thighs here so you can kind of pull yourself upward a little bit further. And then just look at your belly button as you sink it further down towards the mat. From there, we'll begin to lengthen the legs out. And if you feel at any point if this isn't good enough for you with a bent knee, you can stop there. If not, you can lengthen all the way out to about 45 degrees with straight knees. I have my legs in Pilates stance, which is a little external rotation, my heels together, my toes slightly apart. And I'm pressing inward to my thighs with my arms, and I'm pulling myself up to help deepen my abdominals, and I'm getting a nice little tremble going on. I'm already starting to feel warm. And from here, you can bend your knees in and lower head, neck, and shoulders down. We're going to call this our back plank today. So from here, we'll curl up again, eyes on the abs, legs reach out as you press to the backs of your thighs, the sides of your thighs, and then bend your elbows to the side. You can even give your thighs a nice pull as you press in and pull to lift your chest higher. We'll hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then bend in and lower your head down. One more time. Curling head, neck, and shoulders up. Legs reach all the way out. Press and pull with the arms, keeping the chest nice and wide. We hold for 5, deepen for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then go ahead and bend your knees in and rest your head, neck, and shoulders down. Now let's lengthen the legs long onto the mat. And we're going to come up into that same position from a fully lying flat position. So my hands are already placed and I lift my head and then I engage my abdominals, abs up and in. I squeeze my legs really tight together to lift them off the mat. Heels in line with eyes, holding 5, 4, 3, deepening by pulling the abdominals downward and inward, and 1, and then I slowly lower down with control, making sure not to flop down, and we'll do that again. Head lifts first, abs are on, legs are tight, lift the legs, press into the thighs and pull yourself upward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower all the way back down. One more time. Head lifts, eyes forward, heels lift in line with eyes. The whole body is tight as you would be in a normal plank. We're here 4, we're here 3, we're lifting higher with the chest. 2, 1, and then we're done all the way down to the bottom. Now from here, let's flip to face down. We're going to come into a forearm plank. So go ahead and place your forearms, walk your legs out, and voila, we're here. Now in this plank, I want you to think of flattening your hip creases so that they're parallel to the floor, pressing the floor away, almost as if you're trying to make a tiny C curve with your upper back. And then just take a moment to pull your ears backward to come a little bit more in line with your shoulders. And then we'll just take it forward and back. 5, forward and back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap your knees down, little break, and then back into plank. Again, bulletproof that plank, squeezing your legs together, squeezing your seat, pulling the abs up and in. That tiny C curve is coming up into that upper back. The ears pull back over the shoulders. Let's shift that weight forward, back. 5, forward, back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the knees tap down. One more time. And we go out. We're in plank. In this nice forearm plank, ears back. Press those forearms to the mat. Squeeze your seat here, flattening your hips towards the floor, and let's go for 5. For 4, shifting that weight forward and back. 3. Try to keep your hips level. 2. And 1. and then done. Drop the knees. Now take a little child's pose. We'll come into this rest pose here to stretch out in between our planks today. And then we'll go ahead and come out to a full plank position. Now, if this is not good for your wrists, you can always do knees down, or you can drop down to forearms. So we'll find ourselves here in plank, and then I want you to think of one long line from your heels to the top of your head. From there, we'll slowly start to bend the elbows, coming all the way down to lie flat on your stomach. And then if you need to drop your knees along the way, that's totally fine. Untuck the toes, let the toenails lift off the mat, and let your hands and your chest be lifted as well. So now we're working that back body. From here, we'll take the arms all the way forward. We're lifting off for 5, for 4, taking flight, for 3, for 2, for 1. Drag those elbows back into space to squeeze your shoulder blades. Maybe find a little higher lift of that upper back. And then from there, you can press your palms into the mat, tuck your toes, and sit yourself back into child's pose. And then we'll shoot right back out to plank, holding, finding that center, making sure the hips are level with the shoulders. And then we'll lower slowly down, bending the elbows, staying flat through the entire body, unless you need to drop your knees. And then you're down on your stomach, toenails off, palms off, chest off, eyes forward. Reach your arms all the way out. Lift a little bit higher. We're holding this here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Drag your elbows back into your ribs. Press your palms down to the mat, tuck your toes. Send your hips back to your heels to stretch. We have one more delicious plank here. We'll go out and hold it. Good, bulletproofing that plank by pressing the floor away, squeezing the glutes, lifting the abdominals. Slowly lower yourself down, flat as a board, to the mat. Lift the toenails off, lift the palms, lift the chest. Reach the arms all the way out in front of you. Hold it for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Drag those elbows all the way back. A little higher lift in the chest. This is our last one. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Tuck your toes, palms to mat, and sit back onto your heels to stretch. Woo. All right, now from here, we're going to lie down on one side, and I want you to lie yourself down in one long line. So you're going to make sure that you're lined up from fingertips to toes, and then instead of lying your head down on your bicep, go ahead and lift it off so that your arms are making a window for your head and your neck. Now from here, we're just going to lift the legs slightly off the mat and then take the top leg and float it up. So we're in this side plank, if you will. From here, we're going to take both legs and slide them slightly forward so you have a little bit of extra balance. And I want you to push with your bottom arm and push with your bottom leg down into the mat to help stabilize you. From here, your top leg will float forward and it'll float back. And it'll float forward. And I want you to keep a lot of energy reaching through those arms and keep your head lifted if possible. If you're feeling any pain in your neck, feel free to drop it down. But if it's just feeling like a challenge for you today, you can keep it lifted. We won't be here for long. Let's take one more kick forward and back. Whoo. And then stack your legs up. From here, let's lift both legs off, slide them back, and then we'll go ahead and take it all the way over to the other side, pressing yourself up and lining up in one long line. Take a moment to make sure that you're in a straight line here, and then that your head is not resting on that bottom bicep. Lots of energy reaching through both arms. From here, both legs can lift. You can take that top leg up off the mat so you feel that flight with the lower body reaching out of the top body and then we'll float both legs forward and press that bottom leg with the bottom arm into the floor for that stability. From here, this top leg moves, we go forward, and it's only as big as you can control, as big as you can keep the rest of your body stable. Forward and back. We got 3 more of these leg kicks. Slow and controlled. Try not to rush it. You'll just end up waiting for me at the end. 2 more and reach back 1 more time. Lots of energy reaching through that top arm. Make sure you have a nice long elbow and you're reaching back. Then you stack your legs. Let's bring them back in line with the rest of the body, lifting off of the mat, and then go ahead and press yourself up to reach over to the other side again. Now we've done everything but our side planks, so we're gonna build them up from the bottom as we've done before. So I like to have my forearm parallel to the top edge of my mat. My heels are in line with my seat, my knees are on the mat. I power up and I'm up for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then I lower my hips down. And again, I power up. This time I'm ready to go out to full side plank. So I'm gonna lengthen both of my legs. I'm here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And then I drop my knees down, my hip down, and then I got them lengthen through my bottom arm. It's gonna reach slightly out away from me, and I'm gonna stack my feet up one on top of the other, heels in line with the seat, to go up onto my knees. My hips are high. I'm here for 5. I'm squeezing my seat to drive my hips forward. My chest is open. 3, 2, and 1, and I lower with control. And from here, we're going to press out. I'm going to flex my feet, dig into the outside edge of my foot, up to knees or long legs, out to full side plank for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Knees soften, hips lower, and then the legs swing around to the other side, starting on forearm and knees. From here, heels in line with hips. Let's press up, lifting those hips high, squeezing the glutes to drive hips forward, pressing that forearm into the mat. You're here for 2 more counts, for 1, and you're back down. Now onto knees or full side plank on the forearm. We're up for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and back down with bent knees onto a long arm here. We're up for 5, squeezing glutes, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then down with control. And then full side plank here, plugging that bottom shoulder down and soaring up and over the top of the hand. 5, 4, 3, hips lifting higher, 2, 1, soften the knees, lower down with control. And you are all done with your plank Pilates today. I didn't count, I don't know if it was 12, but if it was, let me know. I'll see you on the mat tomorrow for day 13.